Undocumented mothers literally stood up for their rights, calling on President Obama to keep his promise for executive action on immigration reform and keep their families safe. The people at this informal public meeting, known as a town hall, want President Obama to use his power as president, called executive authority, to enact reforms without Congress, as he promised in a late August speech.
I've been very clear about the fact that our immigration system is broken and needs to be fixed. But have no doubt, in the absence of congressional action, I'm going to do what I can to make sure the system works better.
Legislation to reform immigration procedures has been tied up in Congress, and some conservative House Republicans have threatened to withhold funding to the U.S. government if the president pushes ahead unilaterally. Betsy Plum with New York Immigration Coalition.
President Obama has come out, he came out on June 30th, he said, if Congress cannot act, if they continue to allow such a broken system that does more harm than good, then he will act. And that's completely within his executive power.
The town hall brought together immigration activists, undocumented immigrants, and politicians, all calling for an immediate end to deportations and a pathway to citizenship. Social media plays a huge role in mobilizing the community. The hashtag #AllInForRelief is used by the activists to gather support online for administrative action.
It's an Instagram frame for administrative relief.
But President Obama himself has said his executive powers will have limits.
Even with aggressive steps on my part, administrative action alone will not adequately address the problem. The reforms that will do the most to strengthen our businesses, our workers, and our entire economy will still require an act of Congress.
Congressional action, says Project 21's Horace Cooper, is the only way to solve the current immigration dilemma.
The right answer is for the White House and the Congress to come together and work collaboratively to develop a solution to the issues involving immigration. Whether those are minor or whether those are significant, that's the process that the founders intended, that's what the American people expect, and that's the normal way to proceed, and it will minimize the likelihood of significant political blowback, litigation, or other kinds of concerns.
At the town hall, co-host Linda Sarsour rallied the crowd to keep fighting for more substantive and broader reform.
I want you to remember that administrative relief is only the beginning. It is not the end. We will not stop fighting till every single undocumented immigrant in this country has a pathway to citizenship and they become voting citizens of this country. You ready to stay fighting? You ready to stay fighting?
The event closed on a celebratory note, with many hopeful that the president would soon enact policies to protect undocumented immigrant families, despite staunch resistance from conservatives. Daniela Schrier, VOA News, New York.